Hello there, Internet. I am now back from India, and now that I'm back from India, I need to apply for jobs. So, I like to program things all the time. So, what did I do? I went and I programmed a resume slash portfolio page because I don't know, I kind of really hate styling that resume all the time. And also, I feel like just writing a resume in LibreOffice doesn't allow for very good looks. I mean, maybe if you're really good at LibreOffice and or Microsoft Word, but I don't like how it looks. I didn't feel like I could write it in LaTeX. I don't feel like writing it in LaTeX. So, also, it's just easier to share it if it's on the web. So, I tend to write a lot of random utilities. I have like a grocery list web app that my husband and I use when we need to keep track of what groceries to buy. I have a photo gallery thing that I made, so you just upload photos to a directory and then you can view the photos there instead of hosting all of it on Facebook or something where you don't own the data. And so yesterday and today I basically have just been working on this, and it's just a simple PHP based page. It loads in JSON and then populates it into the page with the styling that I made. So, here's my resume. Yay! The past 3 years, 2016 through 2018, I worked as a instructor, mostly at JCCC. I was a full-time temp for like a year and a half, or I guess about that. And then that contract was like funded by the government, so like that contract ended, so my full-time employment ended. So I just worked part-time there, and I can keep teaching as an adjunct even if I get a full-time job. That's what a lot of people who are adjuncts do. They tend to have their day job and then teach at night, and all my classes tend to be at night anyway, so that might be something I continue doing. Kind of depends on how well rested I feel by the time that semester comes. I'm planning on at least teaching something over the summer, but that's usually like an easy programming class. But yeah, so I have that up here. Then I did some work as a software and web developer over the years. So all of that history is here. I feel like it's kind of a jumble. I don't know. And then I have my education down there. So hopefully someone likes that when they look at it. This is my Google Voice number. I don't usually answer it, or at least screen my calls through it, so if you end up calling me on that, you might not get to talk to me. So, just saying that first. And then I also made a portfolio of just kind of things I've done independently and my teaching stuff, because, for companies, you work on their products and it's like one product, but I felt like it was kind of doing myself a disservice to not highlight all the other things I've worked on, and I work on stuff all of the time on the side, whether I'm working full-time or not working full-time, or if I've been in school and whatever. So I have that organized under web, mobile, game, and software development, and then my teaching stuff, because I've done a lot for that as well. So the web development can be either just websites I've made or these web apps where you can like store your grocery list, or my gallery web app type of thing, and that's all programmed with PHP because that's just what I prefer to use. And then, or here's like my discrete math JavaScript HTML5 things. I have that on there. Oops, that's the wrong picture. I need to fix that. Okay. Stuff like that, games and mobile apps I've worked on. A lot of the mobile apps I've done relate to constructed languages, so here's a screenshot. You can see it doing a thing. So I put this work here. Hopefully that's interesting. I'm not the best mobile user interface creator. That's not really, I've done a lot of web front-end stuff, but for the most part, a lot of this is just independent stuff I've published under Musader. That's more very niche topic, since it's constructed languages, so it's not like the most pretty stuff ever. And then I have some of my game development here. This also has the wrong screenshot, so I should update that. So, and then just information on the classes I've taught and the repositories, since I store all my class content that I write for my classes, whether that's lecture slides or assignments, that all get stored in a repository somewhere, and I generally make those public. Of course, I would have a private repository for like keeping track of student grading stuff and all of that. Oh, and my beginner's guide to game programming. It's been a long time since I did those. So yeah. So if you want to look at my resume and portfolio and give me feedback, I'll post links to that. I need to update a few of these images. It also links to my LinkedIn and my Bitbucket like public repository view. Finding me on Google Play and itch.io, so just all of that stuff. And then, I'm keeping an eye out for stuff that's either remote or in the Kansas City area. One of the things that's kind of a drag about applying for jobs is that a lot of places only want local people, especially there's stuff in Kansas City, but what if there's something in Iowa that looks interesting, or there's some places in Utah that look interesting that do educational based programs, but they only want local people, so they're missing out on the entire rest of the country. I'm not gonna move to Utah. I have a friend who just moved. She moved a year ago to Pittsburgh. I don't want to move to Pittsburgh, but there's some cool looking places out there. So I feel like maybe in another 10 years, a lot more stuff will be remote. I would really like to have the opportunity to apply for jobs that I find really interesting. I think, isn't Duolingo also in... I think they're also in Pittsburgh, because I was looking at them, but a job posting for them anyway. Or Khan Academy, or different stuff like that. So, oh well. Anyway, so we'll see what's around here in Kansas City, or remotely. Maybe I can find something interesting there. But yeah, I'm open for work in part-time or full-time or contract or anything else. And heck, I'll do teaching, but I'm kind of focusing on finding some programming work right now. And I'll continue working on my games. So the current game I'm working on is that math board game, Undead Debt, kind of on hold for a bit until I get some sort of income happening, because that's not a game that's going to be generating much revenue for me. So this always be programming, ABP, something, I don't know. Okay, thanks for looking at my thing. That's the stuff. Bye.